brothers and sisters, melanated people, the owners of the planet. Let's put it that way. Tonight I want to talk about that we are all in this together. We got white people, we got the Chinese people, we got all kinds of people on the planet, but we all in this together. It's all part of evolution, what we're going through. And the thing about it, when change comes, we got to adapt to it. It's not going to adapt to us. But change is always chaos going on when change comes. But that's when the truth really reveals itself. So, you know, I talk about the mental illness on the planet, you know, the brain a lot. Talk about the child's brain development and everything. And that's what I want to concentrate on, because I know that's the solution to all our problems is the family. It's because the family, they say, these institutions, these, what you call it, these systems, this American system, it's not for us, because it destroys our black family. It split us up apart instead of bringing us together. It split people apart, you know, instead of bringing the people together. And that's white supremacy. They want to stay on top, but they time is up. Because evolution, nature in the universe is activating something inside a whole lot of people, because they're waking up now and being activated. What you possess is what you seek. You already possess, and it's being activated. So it's a lot of people, they're gaining consciousness, their true consciousness, coming to the same, you know, high vibration. There's nothing they can do to stop it. So that's what I want to talk about, why we all in this together, because if you look at it, in the beginning, it was just, the whole planet was black. It was melanated people. So when you had to adapt to change, to the climate, to food, everything made you adapt, made you take on another type of human being through the black woman's mitochondrial gene, DNA, the E gene. All variations come from her, you the man. See, we've been lied to about these immaculate conceptions and all of these fairy tales and stuff that don't make no sense. That you can't prove, have no facts. And I tell the church people, if you can't back up what you're saying and what you're talking about, your Christianity, well, you just part of the problem, you're part of the solution. You're still on the plantation, so you can stay there. There's a lot of people that are very, very comfortable with the ways of oppressor. And you grew up, anybody black go against their systems, we'd be the first ones to take up for. Like, you don't vote, no, not that system. It's not for us, it's not for me. But a lot of people finding out. It's all a game they're playing, you know. And they got a whole lot to do with keeping your brain off balance. The far left, the far right. And right now we're far left. We're too aggressive. There's no balance. The male domination is taking over. The matriarch is on the back burner, when the matriarch should be first. And then the masculine energy. But they got to work in sync. And right now we're not doing a good job. We got to prepare our children to cope with the world, cope with the universe. And we're not doing a good job of that. So that's why I want to concentrate on fixing the black family, because I know once we heal from that, heal from this post-traumatic slave syndrome, the change on the brain, the psychological part, I know how powerful we are, and I know how powerful we're going to get, because I'm still learning them. They said we only have 5 senses, but we got more than that. We got 6 or 7. Telepathy is one of them. One side of your brain is verbal, the other one is nonverbal. So we got a nonverbal communication. And we use it all the time, but they blame it on the devil. Talk about the devil show up. It's not intuition, instincts. It's never sense, you know. You sense a whole lot of things that, you know, you second guess yourself after it happened. But you felt it before it happened, but you couldn't understand it because you weren't in tune with your inner self and your outer self. You weren't in tune with nature, you weren't in tune with the universe, because that's the problem. We done turned our back on nature. Nature and the universe gave us human laws to abide by. That's why I don't vote. I vote for the universal law, and that's for everybody. And if every child is raised by that universal law, which is built off the feminine energy, the 42 laws, every child naturally conforming was already written in their heart, because when a child is born, that's where the message of the truth is already there. We're not doing a good job writing that message and those messages into the children's head, brain. Because one thing about it, we born with what they call it, a Judas and a Messiah in us, God and the devil. Now, which one you was talking about? Was you talking about the truth or talking about a lie? And was you talking about the truth and the lie? And in most cases, that's the battle that people fighting. The battle within is the truth and the lie. See, Judas want to destroy, but the Messiah want to keep you from being destroyed. So that's why we got to pay more attention to the family unity. They changed it. They put the woman in front of the man, woman, father, rather woman, children, then the father. You see, that's not going to work because the children can't lead. And the woman, she can lead, but she got to be led also by the man. That's why women depend on the man telling them the truth. They can't stand lying men because they depend on them to guide and lead them with the truth. But we've been so brainwashed that we don't even know what the truth is until you hear it. And once you hear it, you can't unhear it. It's just how powerful it is. And I tell everybody, the book you're looking for is already written in you. We are the book. Just got to be activated. And there's a lot of activation going on right now. Liberation of the mind. They are starting these World War III and all that, talking about China and Russia going against the United States. But see, the real war that's brewing is the spiritual warfare. They can feel it, but they can't see it. But the ones that's conscious, they can feel it and see it. And they prepared too for that spiritual warfare. And all we need is our tongues and our voices in unity, put it together. Because we're going through a purification. Our nature, the universe, knows how to get rid of the bad and keep the good, the positive energy and keep the good. Negative, get rid of the negative. And that's what we're going through, a process. We're in an age where it's enlightenment, transformation, revealing, what do you call it? Revelations, yes, revealing. Time of synchronization. So we got to understand that we got to adapt to it. It's not going to adapt to us. But a lot of people don't understand that the earth is sick, the planet is sick, and it's reacting to our behavior, our emotions. And I asked my daughter the other day, do you think your emotions are connected to the universe, to nature and the universe? She had to think about it. You know, but once I explained it to her, I said, what you put in the universe, you get back, right? And I said, yeah. So your thoughts carry. Like I said earlier, telepathy. And your thoughts and your emotions are connected to the universe because that's why everything is, you know, we're putting a lot of negative energy out there. So the planet is acting negative, the animals, everything is negative. Because the human race is negative. So it's time to line back up with nature. We done turned our back on nature and the universe. And DeSantis, he was talking about taking Black history out of the schools. And the first thing I thought about was, well, we're going back to the natural. When we teach our own children, we need to teach our own children anyway. Because we'll make sure they get the truth and nobody else could trick them with their trickery and their false doctrine, their indoctrination. You see, one thing about when we get that balance back, the female, the feminine, and the masculine, then our children will be raised by the village in the right, proper way. The mother and the father, that's what it takes to make a strong man and a healthy heart. And each child reaches full brain and physical potential. And the soul, the spirit will be happy and it'll do what it do. That's the harmony everybody is seeking, the love vibration. So we have seen the power of hate. Now it's time to see the power of love. And one thing about it, I ask everybody, the mind, body, and the soul. I ask them, what is the soul? And a lot of people, I tell them they know the answer before I even ask them the question, what is the soul? You know, and they hit it dead on the head, the spirit, the heart, you know. Because nobody never asked me this before. You know, I said, I know, you never gave it a thought. That's why they call us the soul people. Because we've been singing the truth of the whole world in our music and everything. We're the carriers of that truth, the blueprint. So everybody got to come through us for that message, for the truth, because we are the truth. We've just been domesticated. They turned us into them. Aggressive, you know, want to kill each other and everything. They did this to us. It's false doctrine. You know, you could call it a curse, a hex, or whatever it is, a curse of a generation of curses that we have to break. And it's breakable once you understand how it came, where it came from, and how it's affecting the children, how it's affecting your family, your house, period. They intentionally took the head out, so the children won't have no discipline and direction. Then the first thing they want to say is they need Ritalin, some kind of medication, you know, to calm them down. And all of the time they need discipline. Because like I say, the first 7 years of your life, you in your lower vibration. You got to be taught out of that. You're a little wild, untamed, and you got to be taught, trained, and tamed to be obedient. Now, if you don't, you teach them out of that stage and you spoil them and provoke them anger, then you're going to have problems. That's where you're going to raise a negative person. A lot of people like to spoil them and then teach them morals, but that's not going to work. You got to teach them morals first and then give them what they need and then give them what they want. Don't give them what they want and then try to give them what they need. They're not going to listen. That's not the way nature and the universe planned it. And another thing I noticed, a lot of people, the first thing when their kids start crying and everything, I'm going to whoop you, you know. And I tell them that come from slavery, don't take all that. All it takes is the father's voice. That's why he's the enforcer. And the mother get a lot of that and he's there to enforce it. And his voice is enough to, you know, put fear into the children, because the children are supposed to fear their parents. But right now they have no fear of them because we're in a materialistic world. Not realistic, but materialistic. We try to raise after kids through materialism and these false illusions. And that's our problem. We don't know it's an illusion until somebody tell you. And that's when the real battle gonna start. Once you hear the truth, you can't unsee it. So the whole world is right now is in turmoil. There's a mental illness going on, and it's affecting everything. Because we all connected. We all in this together. Because once we go into the new world, which we leaving now the old world, we go into the new world. It's not going to be all of this dysfunction. It's killing and wars and all of that stuff. Everybody going to be on one accord. It's going to be harmony. We've seen the power of hate. Now it's time to see the power of love. So we've been singing the love through our music under this whole oppression that we've been through the 400 years. The spirit and the soul still been crying out. It's still been showing itself because it's one thing they couldn't touch. They might mess with the mind and the body, but they couldn't touch the soul. They couldn't touch the spirit. That ancestor wisdom is locked in. It's in your essence. It's blueprinted. So that's the activation I was talking about. The God you're looking for, that wisdom and that ancestor knowledge. That's the God in you. You already got it. When the child is born, he's coming back to this world. He's coming back with wisdom, full of it. It's a new day. These kids are smart as heck now. But they run in the house. And it's not supposed to be. So we got to understand our role, the black man and the black woman. That's why I was talking about the the marriage system, the true trinity, the father, the mother, the children, along with the village. We got to put it back in that order. Because once the black man and the black woman recognize each other's roles and how important it is for it to be in sync, they be as had a balance. Then we become I guess you could say a true God. When the man and woman come together as one, you God together. You're the truth, and that's a force. So that's why I talk to a lot of people about their roles. How do you treat a man? How do you treat a woman? You don't know. You have to be taught these things. Even how to raise a baby. We got these young kids having babies, but they know how to bottle feed them and feed them till they get about 6 months. And then what I'm supposed to do now, they don't know because they haven't been taught. But see, we putting our children out there wild and untamed and unprotected. And these things going to keep happening until we change. You know. Until we change. So, I mentioned before, only slaves can heal slaves. And once we heal each other, we liberate and heal from this, that's when we become superhuman. We already superhuman because they molded and shaped us into a totally different human on this planet because of the 400 years of oppression. So that prepared us for this change in these times. Because these are times to try men and women's souls. So they say you're soul searcher. You're not soul searcher. Your soul is already there. You need to hear the truth to set it free. And then you will see. That's what we've been passing the word down through the music. Hey, Marvin Gaye. Hey, brother, what's happening? What's going on so I can see? Tell me what's going on so I can see. You know, it's self-explanatory. But if you're not in tune, you won't hear that message. You better remember the song until somebody come and tell you about it. Say, yeah, Mike, I do remember that. And they were saying that, you know. So it's all about being in tune with nature, with the universe, with the planet, with the animals, with the plants, with the moon, the sun, the universe, everything is all connected. That's why we had a brain capacity to study all things and everything. We know the creatures on this planet that is able to do that. And to record, you know. But we also could be domesticated. The brain could be tricked. And we've been tricked. We're full of tricks, full of lies. And that's the thing that blind us and make us deaf. What you say, deaf, dumb, and blind? I understand it at first until you know, once you've been taught a lie, and that's one thing my mother, she stressed, never lie to your children. I don't understand at first, but if you lie to them, they're going to live that lie. If you tell them the truth, they're going to live the truth, raise them by the truth. And it's only one truth. That's why it's no S at the end of it. We the carries of it, the blueprint. We stole the fruit, but they couldn't steal the root. Now it's time to feed the root. It's up to us to feed each other instead of letting other people feed us what they think. That's where we're messing up at. We still too comfortable with the ways that oppress us. Say, oh, you can't do this, you that. And, you know, we started complaining, but nobody complaining. Oh, we see what they're doing to us, but they don't think, we think as a whole, we don't have no way out. But it's only one way out. It's go back to nature, go back to the universe, and understand what's going on. Because one thing I know for sure about nature, got a way of correcting herself. When I said herself, I mean it's she. And that's the key. For nature to correct itself, you know, we got to go by those laws. The animals do it. And that's another thing. They eat free, live free, and everything. We should be the same way. That's why all these wars have got a lot to do with fear and your emotions. They plan on your fear emotion. Think something's coming to the end and stuff, and you doing all of the time. They doing this because it's economics. Wars create money. So if the money not flowing, it's no good. So, you know, it's a whole world takeover. So the brothers, the Caucasians, they're the ones that's trying to rule the world right now. And they got the world messed up, especially the United States. Where's the love at? You show it to me once you find it. It's there, but you can't see it. It's not at the forefront. It's not at the surface, but it is working its way up. It's been there all of the time, but we just haven't been, like I say, we've been blinded. We've been bamboozled, you know. Once you bamboozle the brain is going to do what it's been taught to do. What it's been programmed to do. That's all the brain is a big program. That's why we got to teach our own children. And we won't be teaching through religion, we'll be teaching through spirituality. And that's the only way you're going to reach your full potential is through spirituality. Because religion is made to harden the heart, bind the mind and harden the heart. So it's stopping your energy flow. It's stopping a lot of things, information flow. It's stopping your blessings, your true blessings to live. The free will. A lot of people are prisoners of their own religion. They don't even know it. That's why it's, 42,000? That's why the Democrats and Republicans, you know, the Christians, these so-called Christians, they create this friction between each other. Or one trying to do something for the other one not. You know, it's a game they playing. It's all politicians because they have family gatherings together, play golf together, everything. Once it's said and done, they all in cahoots. But one thing about it, they have no solutions and no answers. They're falling like dominoes. They don't even know it. They're turning against each other. And like I was telling Lance earlier, I won't be surprised if a lot of them start committing suicide. Because I think Hitler committed suicide, if I'm not mistaken. So a lot of those leaders, they, you know, because that pressure. Once you start falling and everything, you start losing your power, your money, that's when you're going to panic because that's an illness too, a sickness. That's why the poor man is going to inherit the earth because he lives from day to day. As soon as he gets something, he eat it up, you know. So we more closer to nature than the rich man is, to the natural law. That's why the truth always comes from the bottom to the top, not from the top to the bottom. And it's already written. All these things I'm talking about, it's already written. It happened before. It's not the first time. It's just going to be the last time. Because the whole planet is going to be conscious of, so their true self. And nobody can come and manipulate your mind again, ever. So that's why I say we all in this together, because once we mutated into who we are today, that's when all the problems started. Some parts of the earth, people migrated, was plenty. Some, it wasn't. It was cold, and, they had to eat meat, a lot of meat more than vegetables. So they lost a lot of their soul. The less melanin you got, the less soul you have. And the melanin is part of the soul. It's a powerful stuff. They've been selling it, taking off of dead black people. Henrietta Lacks, they're still using her tissue for cancer treatment. This is how powerful we are. And I'm pretty sure there's a lot of us out there that's unique in our own way. That, science, you can use something to heal somebody, because we are the true healers. We heal different from everybody else because of the melanin. We see the world different to everybody else because of the melanin. We hear sound different because of the melanin. That's why we can hear the universe, because of the melanin. See, everything about the melanin that makes you more powerful than anybody, and tell you the different classes of people on this planet. So they tell you who the dominant is. The blacker the bears, who the juice, the melanin. The melanated people. And that's our true blackness and our black power. It's radiocarbon, which is melanin derivative derived from carbon. The black matter, the dark matter. That's why a lot of people becoming conscious of what they eat now. A lot of people say, Mike, I'm staying away from that meat. Because the meat don't have electrolytes and electricity in it, like the fruit and vegetables. They're full of electricity. So if your body is full of electricity, which is the electromagnetic energy, you get the magnetic energy from the sun, and the electric energy from the sun, and the magnetic energy from the earth. So it's constantly flowing. That's why the heart and the brain association is so important. And your emotions and everything is all tied into that. Your chakra system and everything. So that we got to pay more attention to our roles and teach each other. You see a girl don't know what she's doing or something, you lift her up instead of talking about it. If she can't handle those children, well, she needs to be taught. She hasn't been taught before. That's where the wise people, the older people are supposed to come in. But we sit back and criticize instead of help. All these boys running the street and stuff, they wild, but what you gonna do about it? Are you gonna grab them up and talk to them or mentor them or, give them their manhood, which they couldn't get because their father wasn't there. If he was there, he went in the righteous way. So we got to start putting these negative thoughts and negative energies to our children, because, like I said, we send them out there unprepared, wild and untamed. They still stuck in their childhood state of mind. The first 7 years, that's why they throw temper tantrums when they grow up and become adults. They go back to their childhood when they can't get their way, and they spoil and they get angry. See, because your childhood is the first part of your life. So that's ingrained in you. Those first 7 years dictate the rest of your life and what message you got when you came into this world, whether it's right or wrong. you're going to give it to the world. So it's not easy to discern people, just listen to their story and how they were raised. That's what it all go back to. Beware of false doctrine. You let the devil in your house. So you, instead of raising a savior, you raise a Judas, a narcissist, whatever you want to call it, an evil person. So we the ones that mold and shape our children into evil, iniquity. They're not born with evil in them. They're born wild and untamed and everything, but they're not bad. Oh, he's bad. No, he's not bad. He's just trying to discover his world because it's new to him. He hasn't been trained yet to come here, to sit down, to be obedient. Everything a child knows, he's got to be taught. Everything he learns, he's got to be taught. Because he's not conscious of anything until you tell him. So that's what you got to be careful what you put into your children's head. But you don't know if you're putting the truth of the lie in there because you've been oppressed so long and things and hearing the same repetitious lies over and over again. You think it's the truth. Until somebody come and tell you the truth, and then you get upset. And you blow that stuff out. You're going to vent if you can't handle it. But the ones that can handle it, they already, on that path of consciousness, true consciousness, one that first hear it, it'll shake them up. But see, like I tell them, they come back, Mrs. Mike, I didn't think you understood what you was talking. I said, all I did was activate it. It was already in you. That's all I did. Said, Mr. Mike, they come in here wondering. You leave them out of here, come in here. They leave out here wondering. I said, no, they come in wondering. I give them what they're wondering about. Because everybody's seeking that one truth. But they don't know it's already written inside their DNA, inside their essence, inside their genetics. That's why I say get to know thyself. And that's the only weapon they got against you. It's keeping you from the true nature, the true knowledge of your true nature from you. That's the only weapon. That's why they say understand your inner self, see the outer self. You can see that in the mirror, that's all dressed up, that's ego. But your soul, you can't see that, but you can feel it. It's in the dark world, the world of the dark and the world of the light. So the underworld, that's where the subconscious mind, the super subconscious mind, everything. And pain, it comes from within. When you're sick of something on the inside, you're going to have pain. So pain is your friend. It's to let you know there's something wrong inside. So a lot of people are having, dying from heart attacks and everything. But it's so also a lot of children being born because of nature is in control of all this. You know how to get rid of the weak and bring it in a renewal, replenishing. And I was telling my wife, I said, these babies smart and y'all think it is, they manipulate the parents and they know how to use them. If you don't know what you're doing, and they will, they'll manipulate the heck out of you. So that's why I try to get people to understand that we are, the psychological part of slavery is the worst kind. Give you a sense of being free, but you're not. So once you hear the truth, you elevate yourself to your highest chakra. And then that's when you get the astral projection to the stars and everything, and you can see. Then you know who you are. You can feel it. You see the world totally different. And once the universe chooses you, you'll put on these glasses that you can see and nobody else can see. But your job is to help them see. Those who are lost. So if we all got the Messiahs in us and born with it, that means it's more than one Messiahs. And that's the melanated people, the ones that came on the boats that spent the 400 years oppression. The world is waiting on us. They know who we are. We're just waking up to find out who we are. And we are some powerful people, more powerful than I ever imagined. All these sci-fi movies, these X-Men and all this stuff, they get all that stuff from us. They telling us stories about our own self. Right in front of you, put it right in front of you. But if you get the information and you're not in tune with it, it'll run right past you. You won't even register. But if you know and did research and know the truth, as soon as they put it up, it'll register. Yeah, I know what they're doing. I can see that, but they lying about this right here, but I can see us in this. We got that, what you call it, that alien connection. So the real war is going to be fought between the false Babylonian house and the house of Israel. It's a cosmic war. So they let you know the universe is calling us, and the vibration of the planet is causing us to wake up and start a war, a spiritual war, because they got our backs. God, which is our ancestor wisdom and knowledge, which is true nature in the universe. Universe and nature, the gun that we have, we possess. God, universe, and nature. So, like I tell everybody, we are the book. Every book that they say they burn and everything is already written inside. Once you activate your pineal gland, you start picking up books and reading, and you see just how much knowledge you already have stored in wisdom. Since you was an infant, since you came into this world, it was stored inside. And once you open up that book, you can't close it. Because you'll seek more knowledge and more knowledge you seek, the more information you'll start putting together. They say the mind is a terrible thing to work, to use. So we got to understand brain development, how important it is for us to understand our child's brain development from the womb into to his adulthood and everything. It's a process we had to go through, because that's why children like to play a lot, animals play a lot. It's part of brain development, muscle development. You see, when a child is happy and he grew up like that, and he disciplined, that's what we want. Them strong minds and them healthy hearts, and like disease that we have right now, all that stuff go away, because we'll be going back to the natural, back to nature. You didn't hear about cancer and diabetes and all of that stuff when we had to change on our feet, because we was eating off the laws of the land for real. Not the laws of man, but we was eating off nature. That was real organic food because it had no pesticides and everything. And most everybody was growing crops and everything for themselves. So we knew how to survive off the land and off of nature, because we studied. We knew our true nature. And our true nature is not to be aggressive, start wars. It's humble. Be peaceful. This guy said, Mike, if we could take control, they scared we gonna do the same thing that they did us. I said, no, that's not our true nature. Once we go back to our true nature itself, our true nature is about love. It's not about hate. It's about preserving. It's not about destroying. Because we respect nature. And some people on this planet don't give a damn about it. It's all about me and what I want, you know. Hmm. So we got to return to nature. Because nature calls us and need us. The air we breathe. They got the chemtrails. They got everything working against us. But they, like I say, the churches, government, they have no solution, have no answer. And it's all in cahoots. They want to keep you confused and keep you locked up. There's only 1% that run this world and stuff, and those are the ones that's using these things, and they got the armies and everything. If you don't do what I say, I'm gonna send my army in. But see, they don't know the power of the truth, the power of the universe. It'll make all of them put their weapons down. It did it before. We had music that make them stop fighting. That's how powerful we are. Say, well, what is good for absolutely nothing? See, we sing against the wars, but they start them. But they send us to fight them. Then we got to come back home and fight them too. No, That's why I tell a lot of brothers, y'all need to go there. It's not y'all war. Well, I got to take care of my family. Well, what if you could take care of your family on the outside? Because you might not make it back home, especially all these wars they start. But it's getting close to the end. People don't know that we're in the age of Aquarius, age of enlightenment and alignment and everything. And like I say, a synchronization is going on. So the earth is at its 13th frequency right now. It's its highest frequency. It's the heart frequency. And it's causing a lot of people psychic to go away, you know, to get even worse. It was already crazy, but now they real crazy. It's a mental illness. But a lot of people walk around and think they're not mentally ill because you got a lot of money and you got power over people. No, that's a mental illness too. Because once you start losing it, that's why I say a lot of them going to commit suicide. This guy was saying, he said, Mike, when you dead, you just dead. I said, no, death is ain't the end, it's the beginning. You would get recycled back into the, you know, the atoms and everything and compose your body and break back up and go back to the universe. Start all over again. So energy, energy and emotions, that's what we got to understand, how it can heal you or kill you. Your own emotions. People say, he made me mad. No, you made yourself mad. Oh, I was mad because he said this. Well, that's why people control your own emotion. Yeah, you're going to keep getting mad. But once you master your own emotion, regardless of what they say about you, it won't faze you. You'll be impeccable. But then you'll be able to get that person the love that they wanted because that's all they doing is attacking you because they want what you got. A lot of them don't know how to approach you and everything, but they start, you know, arguing with you or whatever. And they was talking about the chosen people. I said, you know how you know that. You could tell how you chosen because you go through something in your childhood. Then you go on a journey, you know. Then all of a sudden when you wake up, you'll be isolating yourself from other people, but they'll know who you are. You won't have to tell them. You know how a lot of people brag on themselves, you know, about, you know, their ego take over and they brag on themselves. But if you're a true person, people will tell you, you won't have to tell them because they'll feel your energy. And that's what it's all about. The brain and heart connection. The energy that it possesses, electromagnetic energy. And once those two are in sync, will produce a magnetic field, electromagnetic field. You can feel through the earth. You can feel through the universe. It's just that powerful. The heart and the brain connection, the heart and the brain association. See, the brain, like I said, got a brain of its own. Got a memory. Remember things not the way the actual brain do, but the heart brain. That's what they call it, the heart brain, the heart chakra. So a lot of people having the heart attacks and everything is attacking their heart because of the vibration. They can't keep up with it. So that's the cleansing part, And that energy, all that negative energy that we putting out there, they say, I might be safe. I said, you know what the word safe means? Say, stay away from evil. A lot of people are saying, Mike, I'm staying around positive people, leave these other people, negative people alone. I say, that's what it's all about. You got to separate yourself. So you got a right to judge people. Don't let nobody tell you, because you don't know who you're dealing with. Are you dealing with a Judas or a Messiah? So I'm like John Henry Clark, I debate with my equals, but I educate everybody else. And I don't go back and forth with you. Don't have the knowledge that to keep up, like I say, man can't go outside his knowledge. If you don't know, you don't know. But I'm not going to go and run in circles with nobody because you can't go outside your knowledge. And that's all you know. And most of them run to the Bible. That's the first thing they want to do to not tell them to run to it. Because I'm going to show you some things in there. You done read it how many times? That you read over, but you didn't see. Oh, Mike, I ain't never seen this in there. I said, because you weren't in tune with it. You weren't conscious of it, but now you are. But it's been there all of the time. Like I said, we got to start raising our children on these false illusions. You love Jesus, but hate your black father. Boy, you the ugly with your nappy head, self, all these illusions all the time. You should be praising him, how beautiful he is. Put the positive in it. And he will have confidence, but you don't want him overconfident. You don't want the ego to take over, but that's where the ego be kept in check. That's when daddy coming in. Like I tell everybody, they used to get the boys to write the passage in Africa, but over here they keep them, that's my baby, my baby. So when you going to get him this right to passage? See, because men used to take the boys again, they write the passage when they're 11, 12, because they know too much feminine energy. If the boy around too much feminine energy, he going to be kind of feminized, argue all of the time, talk all of the time. And sometimes he going to think you're a woman. Because the man is not there to get that balance. Vice versa, same thing with the boys, with the girls. They masculinizing the girls. Let them walk around thinking they're men. Unbalanced brains. And that's what happened when you take the father out the equation and you got an angry mother and putting all that false doctrine in your children. Yeah, your brain going to be scattered all over the place. Because it got a scattered message. But one thing about it, regardless if you got the truth or not, if you didn't get the truth when you was a child, you can't change that because that inner self is sitting there waiting and dormant to be activated. Some gonna run to it, some gonna run from it. It's gonna separate. It's gonna heal and kill. That's why we gotta lift every voice and sing it to the universe. Let heaven and nature sing. See, we gotta get back in tune with it. And that's what's happening. Right now we out of tune. So that's why I try to talk to the black women. I tell them they're the key because everything is built off the feminine energy. And the black women, they the ones that set the laws, the 42 laws. It's built off the feminine energy. And every child raised by those 42 laws, they naturally conform to what's already in their heart. Then you have a child that walk around humble, not angry all the time, preserving his emotions. The only time he releases it, anger in him is when he protected his family, a fight or flight, Then he'll get energy, it's energy. And that's what it's there for. But that energy got to be taught and be contained, your emotions. So like I say, we're not doing a good job of that. We're preparing our children for the jailhouse or for the early grade. And the first thing what he gave is like the Jesus and all that. See, that's the problem. He's supposed to be praising his father, not no imaginary friend. No false illusions that happen to be white. Your daddy is black. No, it don't make no sense. They say common sense should tell you where to start using it. It's right there in front of your face. And you go worship a white Jesus when we gave birth to them. And they didn't give birth to us. So, like I tell everybody, those characters in the Bible, they never existed. But the stories are real. And one thing about it, none of them had last names. So they let you know they all had European names. But those are African stories and African people. See, so they took everything and stole it from them and claimed it as theirs. What's man is man's, what's yours is mine. So they try to be like they're the superior, but they use force. They use force and deception. See, we don't have to deceive no better because we are the truth. So we inherit the planet in the beginning, we're going to inherit it in the end. And that means when you inherit something, you don't have to pay. Everything's going to be free. That money is just an illusion with the white man's picture on it. In God we trust. And he don't even know who God is. They're the ones came up with the word God. God and the devil, and the good and the bad. So we got to understand our true nature, our true inner self. That's where the healing comes from within, not without. If you can heal on the outside, you can heal on the inside. But it takes words to heal on the inside. That's why I say man don't live by bread alone. He needs spiritual food. You need the bread and everything to survive, but to live, you need the right spiritual food. So this is Michael Hamer. I was coming back at you. I haven't been on in a while because in Florida they got this pollen and you coughing all over the place. You know. So that's why I said we got to adapt to nature. It don't adapt to us. It's not gonna wait on us. A few weeks ago they was talking about how cold it is, and now they're talking about how hot it is. And I say they don't even pay attention. It's nature controlling you. Dictating your life, Then you wanna hold on to these imaginary friends that never's gonna come and save you when you don't own savior, you're your own savior. You don't need nobody to save you but yourself. And it's an individual thing because everybody's brain is everybody's brain. That's what guides you through life. So the message you got as a child, that's where the conflict come in. Some teaching love, some teaching hate. But the hate got to go. Because say we seen the power of hate, now it's time to see the power of love. And this is Michael Hamer, the Rainbow Warrior, bringing love vibrations all over the world and to you. Grand rising, brothers and sisters. This is our planet. It's time to take over. It's time for us to step up because the whole planet, the Caucasians, they're weak. Chinese, they're weak. North Korea, all of them are weak because all of them want to do is kill and control. But their time is up. And the thing about it, that leader's days, you need a leader. We need a leader. No, you your own leader. I don't need nobody following me or me following somebody else. I belong to the same universe. So the universe is our God, is our guidance. Nature is our goddess. Mother Nature. So you put those two together, and that's what I obey. Those laws right there. Peace out, brothers and sisters. This is Michael Hamer, the Rainbow Warrior. We'll be back soon.